Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The strains of the national anthem of Brazil. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim, Well,
it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today? Oh, terrible pass. Oh, he's on his own! Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Gabriel. Carlos Augusto. Opts for safety, and back to the goalkeeper. And Gabriel. Carlos Augusto. And Gabriel. More and more pressure on the ball here. Carlos Augusto. Now, can they get him away? Neymar. Grimaldo. Now Nico Williams. Tries to play it through. Oh, shooting chance! And he should have made them pay.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Pedri. Knocks it into space. Showing good feet. Just eases him off the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Takes aim and crosses. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Space for him to turn and look. Douglas Luiz. Brazil are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That's a cute ball. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Danilo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely spread. Spain are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Now it's Douglas Luiz. Spread it left. He's shifting through the gears here. Stood up well to him there. Spread out to the left. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Oh, no joy this time. Lenormand clears. Nico Williams. That is good progress on the left. And it's Grimaldo. Gabriel kept his eye on it, and he's there. Played out to the left flank. Rodri. That has been slung wide. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Linton, well read, nice interception. Grimaldo. And here's Nico Williams. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Corner it is. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Oh, he's played it in low. And that was very necessary. Played it again. And he was alert to it. Savinho. And it's Linton. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. He's looking wide. Neymar gets into a good position. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Yamal. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Lucas Perry. Neymar. Kabali. And we've reached half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pau Kubasi promptly onto that, and that is that. Lenormand. Rodri. Now Pedro Porro. Yamal. And it's Pedri. He shifted it to the flank. Nico Williams has it in a wide position. Terrific effort! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Gabriel. Douglas Luiz. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Danilo. Great vision.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Could move up a gear here. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Foot in. Now it's Williams. He's picked his way through. Plays a sharp little ball here. Carlos Augusto. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
And it's Douglas Luiz. And it's Guimarães. Brazil have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Gabriel. Now Carlos Augusto. And it's Marquinhos. Now he's got space here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Nico Williams. Fabian Ruiz.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
He's had it taken off him. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Now this could be a chance. Nice physical challenge. Kubasi. Pedri. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Pedro Porro in acres of space out wide, and he's managed to get free. Pedro Porro proves just a little bit too strong. João Pedro. Now it's Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Yamal. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable... Yamal! Now, who's going to be... Oh, he's been caught on it here!
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Time for a change in personnel. Mikel Oyarzabal getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent. And the finish! He's got a goal! Finally the breakthrough!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Into the last 5 minutes. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Spain making further changes here, and in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Linton, nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
And it's been taken short. João Pedro.
Brazil really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pedri. Now Nico Williams. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
We're up and running then. Oh, that's fabulous. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Danilo. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Nico Williams has been emerging and a very good player to watch as he's growing his game, Peter. I've been hugely impressed with his confidence, with his energy, with his dynamism.
Real chance! Goal, Spain! And there is your opener. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Bruno Guimaraes. Grimaldo is there and he can get that clear.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement.
Brazil are behind here despite their domination of possession. He's picked his way through. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Yamal, and the shot's on here. Bruno Guimaraes, over to the right flank. Now it's João Pedro.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's got away. Now the cross. Terrific effort. Cleared away.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And here's Savinho. That is lovely. And the finish! He's got away with one there. Rodri. Over to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Can he latch on to this? Spain are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
Pedri. 30 minutes gone. He is through here. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Spread it left. Oh, good spread. Savinho. Douglas Luiz. And he's forced to go back. Carlos Augusto. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Savinho.
Brazil truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Yamal. He has found the way through. Pedri. Now it's Yamal. Shoots! João Pedro. Now it's Joe Linton. It's a really well-measured ball. Savinho. Lovely bit of skill. And he's managed to get free. And he was alert to it. And that was very necessary. And it's Douglas Luiz. Takes a shot! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Fabian Ruiz. Lenormand. And it's Rodri. Nicely spread. Now it's Yamal. He's found a way through. Carlos Augusto does really well to win the ball there. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Brazil currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So straight into the second half.
Brazil really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Rodri. It's Pedri. That's destined for the flank. Nico Williams has the space to scheme.
That was lovely, that.
Grimaldo. Williams. Pedri. Played out to the left flank. Spain claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Linton gets it away. He has found the way through. Rodri. Fabian Ruiz! Superb from Fabian Ruiz! A finish right from the top draw. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. You just know there is no stopping that.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Spain are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And here's Neymar. He's had it taken off him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Williams. He's picked his way through. No, he wasn't going to be fooled.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Goes for goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. Engages and forces him off the ball. Spain have the chance to go the other way. Yamal. João Pedro. And it's Linton. He's having a pop! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Lenormand. João Pedro. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Fabian Ruiz does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And it's Grimaldo. Rodri. And it's Pedri. Now, can they get him away? He's being urged to shoot. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, easy pickings there. He's got away. He's had a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are disappearing out of sight. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. He's shifting through the gears here. Fabian Ruiz. Great defending, strong and determined. Tries a shot! He's kept it out just.
Lamine Yamal clearly can't believe he didn't put that away. He'd set himself up perfectly.
Tries to cross. Oh, great leap! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Carlos Augusto. Yamal. Fabian Ruiz.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Pedri calmly anticipates. Nico Williams. That's a super give and go. And this is Morata. Morata made a good run there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there. Brazil are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Marquinhos. Douglas Luiz. Gabriel. Bruno Guimaraes. Danilo. Marquinhos. And it's Carlos Augusto. To Douglas Luiz. And it's Carlos Augusto. Bruno Guimaraes. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Not the most accurate pass. Lenormand. Now it's Marino. And it's Grimaldo. Gabriel does well to get it back. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Lenormand for Ferran Torres. And that will be the final act. Brazil suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
We are just getting started. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And so we have the first set piece of the game. But he's left disappointed.
Savinho is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Grimaldo. Nico Williams. Ambitious ball here. Can he get onto this? It's a promising position. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I've always been impressed with this boy, Pau Kabali. It never ceases to amaze me, Peter, how the Catalans always manage to unearth all of these gems, especially in an age where the demand is quite high on defenders. He's really the perfect package.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Douglas Luiz. Now it's Joe Linton. And he is dashing away. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Fabian Ruiz. That has been slung wide. Still goalless at the moment. Bruno Guimaraes. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Spain are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Neymar.
Such good technique.
He has found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Approaching the half-hour mark. Just eases him off the ball. Luis really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
He is through here! Played into the bullish header! Goal! Spain! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Spain have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And it's Joe Linton.
That was lovely, that.
Stood up well to him there. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Morata. Spread out to the left. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Yamal. Pass is just off target. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Brazil present their opponents with the best possible chance here. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Savinho. And he's managed to get free. And that is well cleared. Douglas Luiz. Bruno Guimaraes. Yamal. He's got away. And played cross-field. And we've reached half-time. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Danilo carries the ball down the right. Linton. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
João Pedro really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Pedri. Played out to the left flank. Bruno Guimaraes. Douglas Luiz. Morata. Yamal. Knocks it out wide. And it's Porro. Yamal. Douglas Luiz. Bruno Guimaraes.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Morata. Yamal. And it's Pedri. Here's Rodri. He shifted it to the flank. That's a good run down the left. Pedri. And here's Nico Williams. Savinho.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Douglas Luiz being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
Rodri. Pass somewhat off target. Douglas Luiz. And it's Guimaraes. Spread to the right. And it's Linton.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Pedri, and that's really well manoeuvred. Yamal. And here's Neymar. This might spell danger. Lenormand. Spread it left. Oh, that's fabulous. Nico Williams. Douglas Luiz. And it's Joelinton. Fabian Ruiz. Now Nico Williams. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Douglas Luiz. Yamal. Pedro Porro. Yamal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's found a way through. Pedro Porro looking to receive it in space. Danilo. Savinho is onto it in a flash. And again they run up against stubborn defending. He's shifting through the gears here. João Pedro.
Spain are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Nico Williams. He's picked his way through. Nico Williams. Good, strong midfield running here. Gabriel did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Brazil really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Has to go back here. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Not the most accurate pass.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Joelinton distributed tidily. Some good work on the right flank here. Douglas Luiz. Bruno Guimaraes. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now it's Ferran Torres. Douglas Luiz. Now it's Savinho. Nice control. Oh, strongly challenged there. Spain clearly now. And that will be the final act. Brazil were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
We are just getting started. Oh, cracking ball. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Neymar! It's hit the upright. And it's Danilo. Oh, it's played into the end. Douglas Luiz! No, he couldn't get hold of it.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Pedri. Pedro Porro. Yamal. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Nico Williams has been emerging and a very good player to watch as he's growing his game, Peter. I've been hugely impressed with his confidence, with his energy, with his dynamism, with his spirit, with his willingness and enthusiasm. And all those qualities are the perfect mix in him going on to have a great career.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Neymar with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Now it's Neymar. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Bruno Guimaraes! And for a moment, time stood still. Grimaldo. Played out to the left flank. Still goalless. Oh, they could break here. Looking for options for movement. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Rodri. Fabian Ruiz. And Kubasi. Lenormand. And it's Grimaldo. Tries to play it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, good-looking ball. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Carlos Augusto. Now it's Neymar. Brazil couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Yamal proves just a little bit too strong. This looks promising. Joelinton did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Engages and forces him off the ball. Grimaldo. It's played through for him. He's picked a decent chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Fabian Ruiz here. Goes for a shot! Goal! Spain! What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Spain have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Pedri. Now that looks a decent ball. Picked out brilliant. There's the shot! And he should have made them pay.
Morata deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him. Brazil certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Douglas Luiz. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Fabian Ruiz. Oh, such a clever touch. Now, can they get him away? Tries to pass it through. Savinho.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Brazil unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Brazil really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Bruno Guimaraes. Distributed tidily. Rodri. And that's going wide left. Gets a good foot in there. Savinho. And it's Guimaraes. Now it's João Pedro. That's good running with the ball. And that has been slung wide. Now it's Morata. Now it's Morata. Rodri. Ball's played through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And it's Pedri. Pedri with the cross. Towering header! Nearly, but not quite.
Lamine Yamal certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Can he get it through? He's found space here. Douglas Luiz. Very nicely done. Oh, he's been caught napping. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Almost an hour gone. Douglas Luiz. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Fabian Ruiz. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And it's Guimaraes. Douglas Luiz looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Neymar. Now it's João Pedro. Succumbs to the pressure. Lenormand with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Rodri. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Looking to play him in. Fabian Ruiz picks it up out wide. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Neymar. Douglas Luiz. Brazil do have a chance to counter here. Rodri. Now it's Williams. Looking for the run. Danilo. Savinho. And it's Guimaraes. And here's Neymar. Pedro Porro does really well to win the ball there. Rodri. Grimaldo. Goes looking wide. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Morata. Nico Williams has the space to scheme. Fabian Ruiz. He's on it, can he get away? Linton.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
He is through here. Brazil very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And here's Morata. He shifted it to the flank. Williams. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Linton. That's destined for the flank. To Douglas Luiz. It's a pretty loose pass.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Oh, that's fabulous. Nico Williams tries a cross. Chance! And that's a tidy finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of... And that is as far as it goes. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
We are just getting started. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Morata, showing good... Morata! He scored!
Well, there's leadership for you. That's what the armband means for him, setting the perfect example, the perfect tone. Tremendous.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
So, a breakthrough already. Gabriel. Carlos Augusto. Over to the right flank. He's found a way through. That's tidy. Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish right from the top drawer. They are purring, truly purring. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Spain are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling it...
Tries a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And he's had it nicked away. Brazil have the chance to go the other way. He's through here. That is good alertness. Kabali.
Brazil are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He's in a great position here. Carlos Augusto. Look at the space. He's had a shot! Just cruising. They are cruising. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
A case now of complete control.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And here's Savinho. Pinches it off him. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And here's Savinho. He'll try from distance. That is decidedly lacking.
Brazil are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
That is good strength.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
The ball has bounced loose now. He's in plenty of space here. Morata! And he should have made it 4. And now a sudden chance to counter. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that.
He leaps for it! Off the post! Back in once. There's the header! He will be livid with himself.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
They're back on the ball again. Brazil are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Fabian Ruiz. Nico Williams. Cross needs to be... Oh, good climb! Linton and Neymar. Yamal. Pedro Porro. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the cross comes in. That is a brilliant interception. Linton, nicely aimed pass. Pedri, and it's Porro. Knocks it into space. Pedro Porro. Yamal! In he goes again! Oh, good finish. This day becomes